letters.
You think I want to fail?
I should have done this before.
Huntington Learning Center.
My son is struggling in school.
You made the right call. We get to the heart of the problem and then construct a program that will build his skills, confidence, and motivation. He'll really improve. You'll see.
Call Huntington Learning Center today at 1-800-CAN-LEARN. The sooner you call, the sooner your child can learn.
Hi, I'm Scott Rothstein, Chairman and CEO of Rothstein Rosenfeld Adler. I'm here with Heat announcers Eric Reed and Tony Fiorentino, asking you to support the Reed and Fiorentino Golf Classic at the Westview Country Club.
Thanks, Scott. That's right. On March 12th, come out and play golf with sports celebrities and the Heat dancers.
Yes, Eric. This year we are benefiting the Dade School's Athletic Foundation and Lawrence Kids.
My good friend Ron Book is here with his daughter Lauren, the founder of Lawrence Kids.
Thanks, guys. Lawrence Kids provides adults and children with education about child abuse.
Like me, thousands of kids have been victimized by child abuse in Florida. Our counseling and prevention programs are focused to stop sexual predators from getting near our children. By attending this year's Golf Classic and VIP dinner, you can help support these great causes and have a great time. Call 305-778-6325 today. See you there.
Remember the Joneses and all their stuff and how people were always trying to keep up? Well, some of us woke up instead. We no longer want big and flashy. We want real, true, and honest. We want to stand on solid ground, and we want a bank that does the same. A bank that's here to help us prosper, whatever our definitions of prosper may be. Live solid. Bank solid. SunTrust.
Critics are raving about Coraline. Grade A. Fascinating.
I knew it was real.
And this weekend, get your last chance to see Coraline in eye-popping 3D. Coraline, from the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Rated PG.
Watch South Florida tonight at 11 on NBC 6 HD.
Good morning. Bottoms down. The Dow plunges to its lowest level in 6 years. Overseas markets down overnight as well. Investors still worried as analysts take sides over President Obama's new plan on housing.
How about we all... President Obama, are you listening?
This morning, both sides weigh in on what it will take to stop the slide. Shocking photo. A picture emerges online that apparently shows Rihanna moments after her alleged assault at the hands of Chris Brown. Now police want to know how that photo got out. And your worst nightmare, a man bungee jumps off a bridge 300 feet in the air and his cord snaps on the way down, plunging him into the shallow waters below. Incredibly, he survives, and we'll hear from him today, Friday, February 20th, 2009.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Friday morning. I'm Matt Lauer, and filling in for Meredith this morning, a guy who doesn't know the meaning of the word alarm clock. Right. Is it you? Is it a hologram? What is this?
All I know is when a brother calls for help, as Matt did yesterday, I show up. I'm here. Thanks for having me.
We talked on the phone. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. We talked on the phone yesterday. True story. Brian says to me at the end, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. What time does the show start?
You know, it was humor, and as usual, right over the top. Meanwhile, as Meredith makes her way west for the Academy Awards, stocks, as you know, are going south. Yeah. The world markets dropped sharply overnight on the heels of Thursday's nearly 90-point loss by the Dow. But the more important number is this one, 7,465.95. That is the Dow's lowest finish since October 9th of 2002, 47% below the market's record all-time high 16 months ago.
It's got a lot of people shaking their heads, and despite unprecedented measures put in place this week to revive the economy, there are new fears the worst is far from over. Then there's the mortgage bailout plan that's triggering a lot of emotions on both sides. Thursday on CNBC, Rick Santelli went on a tear, basically calling for a revolt against the president's housing plan. Other experts, like CNBC's Steve Leisman, says the plan is just what we need, that it needs time to play out. We're going to hear from both sides. this is probably going to be one of those lively debates coming up in just a couple of minutes.
That's what they call it. Also ahead as we continue, we will check in with our friend Ann Curry. She's in Africa again this morning, where she had a chance to spend time with actor and activist George Clooney. The pair toured a camp for refugees from Darfur region. We'll get a live report from Ann coming up.
Then we have a bit of an update for you on that terrible chimp attack in Connecticut. The victim of that attack has now been moved to a hospital that specializes in facial injuries, and as this is happening, there's more talk that the owner of that chimpanzee could face some criminal charges. We'll fill you in on the latest on that.
Easily the most unbelievable story of the week. But first, more on this stock market slide. CNBC's Trish Regan is at the NYSE with the latest this morning. Trish, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. You know, there's a lot of concern here among the traders at the New York Stock Exchange about the markets, about the economy, and about the housing sector. There's no real consensus right now as to whether or not the president's plan will actually work. And at the same time, there is a growing chorus of people that say, you know what, I pay my mortgage on time. Why should I have to help bail out those that don't?
The lack of confidence on Wall Street continues, with the Dow plummeting below 7,500, a level not seen in 6.5 years, with nearly 5 million Americans now on unemployment and home foreclosures up 18% since this time last year. Some question whether President Obama's plan to fix the housing market will actually work.
The government is promoting bad behavior.
CNBC's Rick Santelli, who covers the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, whipped up a frenzy when he called for a revolt from the trading pit against government money bailing out homeowners who are in over their heads.
This is America. How many of you people want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage that has an extra bathroom and can't pay their bills? Raise their hand. How about we all? President Obama, are you listening?
Wednesday, the president urged Americans to work together to solve the housing crisis.
It will require all of us to step back and take responsibility.
But Santelli's outrage reverberated across the country.
The government is promoting bad behavior.
From talk radio listeners in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, one of the hardest hit real estate markets.
We have done everything we're supposed to do, and I don't want to bail anyone out.
To the streets of New York.
I feel that they have the mortgages and it's their responsibility to pay them.
President Obama's plan to save the housing market by stemming foreclosures will not only cost taxpayers $275 billion, but also, critics say, will set a bad precedent. Why pay your mortgage if the government will ultimately bail you out?
So it is a bitter pill to swallow, but it's one we need to swallow so that the financial system, the economy, don't slide away.
You know, one thing I want to mention, and Brian, this is something that you and I have spoken about, is that 92% of Americans are still paying their mortgages on time. So this is very much an issue of confidence, basically fear about the future, because you have a lot of adjustable rate mortgages that will be resetting. And the concern is that many Americans may not be able to afford their mortgage payments in the future, Brian.
Trish Regan down at the NYSE this morning. Trish, thanks. And for this, we want to bring in CNBC's Rick Santelli from his perch above the Chicago Merc, and Steve Leisman, who's here in the studio with us, CNBC senior economics reporter. Good morning to both of you, gentlemen. And Rick, no surprise, I'd like to start with you. After yesterday, your videotape outburst was the most emailed moment in the blogosphere, in the web universe yesterday. First of all, what would you do about all the folks who've just been through this era where they were told there were bucket loads of money, they were told it was almost their patriotic duty to own a home, whether or not they could afford it? Who do we see about them? What would you have them do?
Well, I think that if 92% are paying their mortgage and the other 8% aren't, we really can't separate out, Brian, the 8%, how many were gaming the system, trying to flip houses way beyond their means, didn't put accurate information on their loan information, versus some of the hard cases that we really ought to do something about. So, you know, you think these 92% that are paying aren't cutting back, having problems, their 401ks or 201ks, but they're knuckling under. I think that the administration needs to broadly help everybody so they don't disenfranchise the confidence of the 92%. Send everybody a check. You know, it's not about interest rates. Lower the interest rates to zero if you're worried about the refis. I think what struck a chord is lowering the principal amount of their loans.
Steve, what would you do compared to Rick's position?
Well, first of all, they're not lowering the principal amount of the loan. That's just wrong. The other thing is look, we know a lot of things were done wrongly back a couple of years ago. They put people in loans they shouldn't have been in. This was the free market doing its thing. What's that, Rick?
Who's they?
Who's they? The bankers and the borrowers. Everybody
so
made a mistake. So
you're saying the bankers
and the trouble
did
is, Rick,
something
we're all
illegal?
pay for
Then
it here,
we
my
should
friend.
sue the bankers, right? Then we should sue the bankers.
Well, the bankers,
those 92% aren't the ones to be indirectly sued.
We're bailing out the bankers, Rick. We're bailing out everybody. The one people we haven't bailed out are those people who are about to lose their homes. Rick, 9 million people estimated to lose their homes. The question is, if we put them in a normal mortgage, could they survive? We all know this is not the only fix here, Rick, but there just seems to be one case. Put them in a mortgage they can afford and see if they can stay
Rick,
there.
let me jump in here for a second. We've heard so much over the last several years about Americans needing to sacrifice, and we haven't been asked to sacrifice enough. President Obama came to office saying the time for sacrifice is now. No more rhetoric about it. We're going to actually have to do it. Isn't this a first example where those of us who can afford to pay our mortgages and our taxes are being asked to sacrifice? And yes, some other people who don't deserve our sacrifice are going to benefit, but this is the test, isn't it?
Well, Matt, did they actually ever ask you to sacrifice,
They're
or did they
asking us
legislate?
right now.
Well, they're legislating your choice away, though. You know, Matt, there's a lot of charitable people in this country that want to help. The part of the story that has struck a negative chord, and this isn't about traders or elite, I am bombarded everywhere I go. A lot of my impassioned talk yesterday, hey, maybe I could have chosen some words better, but I think at the end of the day, what this boils down to is you have to treat everybody fairly. Those 92% are knuckling under as well. And to be charitable,
Trouble, Rick, is that we all suffer, Rick. If your neighbor's house goes into foreclosure, your home value goes down, Rick.
Steve, is your 401k, Matt, your 401k, 401ks have been decimated. I'd like some of that money back. You know, when you invest and it doesn't work out well, I would like a take back.
Rick, the other thing is that you should also note the Federal Reserve is out there buying $500 billion of mortgages. They have lowered mortgage rates for everybody by a percentage point. And you keep railing against these government programs that say they don't work. They have been the only thing that's worked out that we have tried for 2 years to let the bankers and the borrowers figure it out on their own. We've gotten almost nowhere.
What's your definition of what is working?
Working is when
there's a lot of zeros and trillions of dollars. Aren't you worried about your kids and your grandkids? Aren't you worried that the notion to do something, no matter what it is, spend money, there's a downside there.
You come to a point, Rick, where doing nothing costs more than doing something.
And Rick, let's get back to that foreclosed home next to you.
Yes.
What do you do about that? That was the crux of this. It was the mortgage crisis that started this off and got us all into this.
It was the leverage based on some of those subprime loans. Let's not lose sight of this world of derivatives and leverage that is now going in reverse.
It doesn't change the foreclosed house next door to yours.
Listen, when houses were at the high prices, did you look at your house as an investment and think, oh my God, I don't think my house is worth that, but maybe I ought to sell? There's a lot of Americans that feel bad, and if the house on the left or a house on the right goes into foreclosure, the experts are saying you suffer too. But if you let judges break contract law, this innovative country that everybody knows is going to snap back, we're going to send a bad message to world investors.
The market cannot fix this because of the complicated structure.
What is the market,
Steve?
Steve?
This is not Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life.
The market is now.
Futuristic
you know, Steve, there is no such thing as the market. The market is a mechanism, Steve, and the mechanism is moving and representing decisions by people.
Rick, let me just jump in here. Let me move beyond the theatrics of what you said yesterday and ask for the practicality of it. What is it exactly you want people to do? You've called for this Chicago Tea Party. What exactly do you want the average person out there in that 92% to do about this?
To make sure that there's a lot of debate on this topic, exactly what we're doing now. And I think the 92%, all of our neighbors who are now making sacrifices, but since they're paying their bills, they're not looked at the same. They need to get some help too. You can't pick winners and losers. Maybe they ought to have a tax holiday. Maybe everybody ought to get a check. I think that we need to be more equitable in the money we're spending that we really don't have.
Rick Santelli from the Chicago Merc, where I've learned they do not sell decaf in the morning. Rick, thanks. Steve Leisman, thanks for being here with us. Gentlemen, thank you both.
And this is the kind of debate that's going on all across the country on this. Let us bring in David Gregory, the moderator of Meet the Press. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt.
So they lay out this plan this week, and listen to what's happened. How worried is the Obama administration about just what we're hearing this morning?
Well, they've got to be worried, and they are worried about it, because the debate is going to play out about whether any of this actually works and is it fair. And part of the debate that you've just been hearing goes to a core point, which is that the administration wants to modify payments for mortgages. Well, 50 to 60% of the time, housing experts say, people redefault. And that down the road, 5 years under this plan, those rates go back up. People could be in for a big economic shock. But understand what this is really about. Just like the stimulus plan, this is about arresting the fall, affecting the trajectory of this downturn so that there's a soft landing instead of the economy falling off a cliff. The administration wants to keep as many people in their homes as they can for not just economic reasons, but social reasons as well.
And they do want to present
waive foreclosures.
And David, they do want to present this as sacrifice, don't they? I mean, Secretary Geithner and Secretary Donovan wrote an op-ed in several papers, and they said these are no ordinary times. It is a burden the American people should not have to bear, but that we must now shoulder together.
Well, I think that's right. I think there is a kind of call for sacrifice here. You see that particularly in the stimulus in terms of taking on all of this debt. But when it comes to the housing market, it is a slightly different question about the nature of the sacrifice, because what is it that the government is trying to restore? Do they want home values to return to where they were at the height of the bubble? No, that doesn't make common sense. That's not good economic sense. They want to stabilize them. They want to keep enough people in their homes so that prices might actually come back. This is a stopgap measure.
All right, David, who do you have on Sunday on Meet the Press?
We're going to be talking about this and more. Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana, who will be giving the address in response to President Obama on Tuesday night. Charlie Crist from Florida as well. They're on the other sides of the stimulus plan.
All right, great. I'll give you a call later. I got a good idea for a co-host for you.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
That's good material.
David, thanks very much. And you can check your local listings and times for Meet the Press.
We mentioned this earlier. Ann Curry on assignment in Africa. We'll check in with her in a few minutes, but for now, a check of the rest of the morning's top stories from Natalie Morales. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Brian, and welcome. Good morning to you, Matt. Today in Sweden, automaker Saab filed for bankruptcy protection. It also requested that it be spun off from its parent company, General Motors. A deadly attack today in Pakistan, where a bomb ripped through a funeral procession. At least 28 people were killed and more than 60 were wounded. In Pennsylvania, 2 suspects are in custody, charged with a series of arsons. A teenager is accused of setting 9 fires in Coatesville and is held on $9 million bail. A 20-year-old was also arrested. Police in Los Angeles are trying to find out who released what appears to be a photo of a bruised Rihanna with injuries to her forehead, nose, and lips, who was allegedly beaten by pop star Chris Brown. The photo, obtained by TMZ.com, was apparently part of a police investigation. And it was a frightening time Thursday for a man in Washington state. He was bungee jumping off a bridge over Canyon Creek when the bungee cord broke, sending Mark Afford 300 feet down, then up again. When he was about 25 feet over water, well, the cord broke.
I heard and saw the snap. I definitely felt the impact, and I was underwater. And once I checked and made certain that I could still move and everything was still working, I felt I needed to get out of the water.
Afford considers himself incredibly fortunate, and yes, he says he would go bungee jumping again. It is 7:16 right now. Hard to believe. Back over to Matt and Brian. Yeah, crazy.
In the first place, that's nuts.
No, won't be doing that today.
Natalie, thank you very much. Let's head down to Miami. Al has a check of the weather. Hey, Al.
Hey, I had to come down here because that's a Whitman sampler of man candy right up there. I'll tell you, that's a good-looking group. I'm down here at the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel for the 8th annual South Beach Wine and Food Festival. We have got a smorgasbord of great chefs we're going to tell you about in just a little bit. First, let's take a quick look at your weather. We've got a little bit of a clipper coming through the Midwest. It's going to be bringing rain and snow, making a real mess through the Midwest later today. Few inches of snow, although heavier lake effect snows around Syracuse, Oswego County. They're going to be looking at to a foot of snow by late tonight. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Well, Al, today your neck of the woods is my neck of the woods. Welcome to Miami Beach. Hope you enjoy your time here. We're going to have a great looking night for the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, one of my favorite events. So get on out there, enjoy it. We've got a cold front in the vicinity. It brought in some clouds, but it's also bringing in some cooler air. We had 80s, mid-80s yesterday for our high temps. Today, only 72. Tonight, we'll have 50s, so going to be a little bit breezy if you're headed to the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Take a jacket. Now, back to Al.
And that's your latest weather. Brian?
Bear, we missed you back here. Now, as promised, we go to Africa, where Ann Curry has returned to cover the ongoing crisis in the Darfur region. This morning, she's along the border of Chad and Sudan, traveling with an actor and activist who is fighting to end the conflict. Ann, good morning.
And that's right. This well-known American is working very hard, he says. U.S. involvement here in Darfur. George Clooney, the activist, traveled with us here to the Chad.
It's the dry season in eastern Chad, and driving is treacherous on these rough, dusty roads.
Watch yourself, this might be a big one.
George Clooney joins us for the 2-hour trip to a camp for refugees from Darfur. The actor's role as United Nations messenger of peace brings him back to the front lines of a crisis that has haunted him for years.
When I first heard about it, it wasn't getting a lot of play and wasn't getting a lot of attention.
But now it is. People know about it, but things are still not changing here on the ground.
That's the frustrating thing.
After 6 years, the Darfur crisis has left an estimated 300,000 people dead and driven millions from their homes. Clooney is willing to use his fame and whatever it takes to help the victims. How heavy does it weigh upon you to try to give voice to all these people?
You come back because if there's any chance that you can shine a light on it, then if you don't, I think it's irresponsible.
Clooney is scheduled to meet next week with President Obama, who visited one of these camps here in Chad in 2006. What do you want Obama to do?
We want him to appoint a high-level, full-time diplomat to negotiate and work it hard every day to work hard at a negotiation for a peace treaty.
Walking through one camp, we discover Obama's message of hope has reached even here, in a place where there is so little hope. This mud brick building is the newly renamed Obama Schoolhouse. The children say Obama inspires them to chase their dreams.
Uh-oh, there's a run.
Uh-oh. We're about to be overtaken.
Yeah, Angie and Brad just got here. It happens to me all the time.
They don't know George Clooney is a major movie star.
Nice.
They just think he's fun.
Salam, Obama.
An obvious play for sympathy for children who need every ounce they can get. Their spirit rises in spite of everything. And like them, George Clooney refuses to give up hope.
I don't believe people don't care. I think there's hope for everybody.
The reporting of Ann Curry along with George Clooney along the Chad-Sudan border. Will have more of their reporting tonight on Nightly News. Once again, here's Matt.
All right, Brian, thanks very much. This morning, the victim of that horrific chimp attack in Connecticut is in a new hospital. It's one that specializes in facial reconstruction. NBC's Jeff Rawson's been following that story all week long. He's got the latest developments this morning. Jeff, good morning to you.
Hey, Matt, good morning to you. Without getting too graphic here, Charla Nash's face was nearly ripped off during the attack. She remains in critical condition this morning. The injuries are so devastating, she's now been relocated to the well-known Cleveland Clinic, home to a world-famous surgeon. Showing signs of improvement, doctors decided Charla Nash was stable enough to move. So late yesterday, they quietly flew her from Stamford Hospital in Connecticut to the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio, where just 2 months ago, this surgeon performed the first face transplant in the U.S. While doctors say no decision has been made yet, Charla Nash may be another good candidate.
The team is in place. They've done it before. They have success. They've trained for this.
The victim's family has hired a lawyer, which may mean new problems for the chimp's owner, Sandra Herold. He was able to open doors by himself.
He could drive.
Travis lived with her legally, but experts say that doesn't mean she's off the hook.
If this chimp had bitten someone before, not only could she face civil damages, but she could also face criminal charges.
He chomped down on my hand at the same time.
This woman claims Travis bit her in 1996. And then there's this admission from Harold. In our interview, she told us she gave her chimp the anti-anxiety drug Xanax and this mug of tea.
So I says, let me put a couple in here.
A couple of Xanax?
Yeah. And I says, then maybe he'll get mellow.
5 minutes later, Travis went on a rampage. Do you think the Xanax had some kind of...
Oh, no. 5 minutes.
Veterinarians say Xanax can have a dangerous effect on animals.
Excitement, agitation, disinhibition, and frank, ongoing aggression.
Though Harold now claims Travis never took the drug.
This isn't just about chimps. This is about pets as a whole. If your pet has had problems in the past, you got to be careful because there really could be legal jeopardy.
Late yesterday, the victim's new family lawyer released a statement saying they're now focused on Charla's medical needs and the care of her daughter, but still no mention of a lawsuit. Matt?
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. And coming up on Today on a Friday morning, the latest on that missing 5-year-old girl, Haley Cummings. We'll have an exclusive interview with her grandmother and the last person to see her before she disappeared. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of men and women in the United States.
You can gain control of your heart health.
You can help decrease your chances of dying from cardiovascular disease by knowing your risk factors.
And changing the ones that you can control.
Get connected.
Get informed.
Be Heart Smart. Your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy is offering free blood pressure, glucose, and total cholesterol screenings. For screening dates and locations, visit NBC6.net/hearthealth.
Can afford to come home to a beautiful gated community by GL Homes. Welcome to Greystone. Single family and townhomes starting from the 200s. Yes, you can. Enjoy a private clubhouse with fitness, pool, aqualot, tennis, soccer, and more. Come see 3 new decorated models at Greystone by GL Homes. Conveniently located in Boynton Beach. Yes, you can have it all. Greystone. Visit us now at glhomes.com.
The Publix Viva Italia sale is back, where you'll save on all your favorites, but only for a limited time. So hurry in today and stock up Italian style. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The Ford Quality Drive is here, and when people find quality they believe in, they like to talk about it.
I think I made a very smart decision in choosing the Edge. The Escape definitely represents quality. You get into the Fusion and it drives really smooth. I'm very satisfied with the quality of my Focus. Once I got in and drove it, I was just like, wow.
Ford's quality is unsurpassed by Honda or Toyota. So, drive quality and drive one.
Now get 0% financing on many Ford vehicles. Visit your South Florida Ford dealers or southfloridaford.com.
Still to come, the secrets to living a longer, healthier life. Do you have a lot of stress in your life?
Yes, I do.
You're not going to like this.
That's why I joined you this morning.
Yeah.
Something placid and easy. Also, the Oscar buzz will handicap the race for those gold statues. But first, your local news and weather.
That was placid.
All of America has been taken by the biggest action movie of the year. I'm not finished yet. This weekend, get taken.
Good luck.
PG-13.
I ain't never seen a winter this bad. Nope. Excuse me, doll. Can I get some more of those chocolate doodiddles?
Can I get some more giggle drops?
Isn't it time for a serious breakfast? The Denny's Grand Slam. A great deal on a real breakfast.
It started out like any other day until 2-year-old Dustin collapsed on the floor.
And my gut feeling was there wasn't something right.
Dustin was diagnosed with a rare kidney cancer.
Dustin wasn't just treated at Joe DiMaggio. They cured Dustin.
Today, Dustin is cancer-free, thanks to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital's extraordinary patient and family-centered care. To find a physician, call 866-JDCH-DOC. Real people, real stories. The Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital Experience.
Every day's a brand new day.
Every day's a brand new day.
And Ross keeps bringing unbeatable savings your way.
Yes, every day, more of the top brands for your home are arriving at Ross.
The same decor that sells for a lot more at department stores and other so-called discounters is at Ross for a lot less.
Yes, every day's a brand new day.
Ross, the savings are unbeatable.
From South Florida's news leader, this is Today in South Florida on NBC 6 HD.
Good morning to you. 7:27 is the time. I'm Pam Giganti, live in the NBC 6 newsroom. A Pompano Beach elderly woman is missing this morning after she's involved in a car crash. 80-year-old Ethel Hill reported missing on Wednesday night after she was involved in a minor crash in downtown Miami. Officers say she was last seen getting on the northbound ramp to I-95 at Northwest 62nd Street. Hill was driving her tan and brown Lincoln Town car with a disabled license plate that reads Y6MWZ. Anyone with information is urged to call police. All right, let's take a look at our morning commute. Here's Roxanne Vargas now with more. Roxy.
Thanks so much, Pam. Here's a live look at 95 at the Golden Glades. Southbound on 95. There you go. There's that normal slow go. We do have an incident southbound 95 at Northwest 62nd Street. Another injury accident also southbound right at Miami Gardens Drive. A live look at the 836, the Dolphin Expressway at Milam Dairy Road. An eastbound incident here at Lejeune 42nd, and a left lane is blocked there. Look out for that. Northbound on the 874, an accident right at the Snapper Creek. That's the 878. Chopper 6 up in the air, traveling southbound over the turnpike. We're over at Sunrise Boulevard where we have that new exit ramp, all part of the project to expand the turnpike. Over to Trina now with your weather.
Roxanne, thank you so much. And another nice day is on tap, but a different kind of day than yesterday where we had very warm conditions. Today, we cooled off. You saw that shot out there, plenty of blue sky and a little bit breezy. So cooler and breezy, high of about 72 degrees, partly sunny, delightful day, and again, a lot cooler than yesterday. Tonight, dropping down to the 50s, so if you're headed out for the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, take a jacket, take a shawl. It's going to be a little bit nippy. Weekend looking pretty good. Here's Pam.
Thank you, Trina. Another live update in 25 minutes. Take us with you in the car, 87.7 FM. Make it a great day.
Canyon, redefining luxury living in Boynton Beach. Ultra spacious new homes and the ultimate lifestyle from the mid-300s. Take advantage of new price reductions on inventory homes. Canyon by GL Homes, an unbeatable location close to shopping, top-rated schools, and more. Visit 8 new decorated models from the mid-300s on Lyons Road, south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. Call 888-858-0101 or go to glhomes.com.
It's President's Day at your South Florida Chevy dealers. It's back. Get 0% APR for 60 months on most 08 and 09 Chevy models. And every new Chevy car, pickup, and SUV comes with the best coverage in America, like Chevy Malibu, with an EPA estimated 33 miles per gallon highway. Now get 0% APR for 60 months on this 09 Malibu for an average finance savings of around $4,100. See your South Florida Chevy dealer.
This HD broadcast is brought to you locally by BrandSmart USA.
I'm the one who was supposed to make everything okay for everybody.
Here in San Francisco, I wanted to bring her fight to us.
Let the go! Let the go!
7:30 now on a Friday morning. It's the 20th day of February 2009. Taking a look at a few of the films and performances that are nominated for Academy Awards coming up on Sunday night. Hollywood's biggest night inside Studio 1A on a Friday morning. I'm Matt Lauer alongside Brian Williams. You are now further into a broadcast than you have been in a long time. You holding up? You okay?
I only do the half hours usually, but thanks for getting me over that half-hour hump. I got my water here. I'm good.
Got power bars lined up for you.
Keeping your energy up. I feel like I'm getting you off to school. That's nice, figuratively.
So Meredith is headed out to Los Angeles. She's going to cover the Oscars. We're happy to have Brian here this morning. You a big fan of the awards? Do you have any categories?
On the teleprompter. Yes, we've cleared the decks at home. My wife and I have seen all of the nominated pictures for the first time. We made it our business.
Okay.
It took thousands of dollars, much travel, and months of our time, but we saw them.
So then we're gonna hold your feet to the fire here. We'll get your predictions coming up in the next couple of minutes.
Slumdog SquarePants.
It's like a combination of your house and my house there. Anyway, we're going to take a look at some of the favorites coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Also ahead, the secret to living longer, which I'm discovering is avoiding working with Matt. We're going to take you to one of 4 spots in the world identified by researchers just because of how people live there and how long they live. In fact, it is not a surprise for men and women to work well into their 90s and beyond. in this part of the world, what they can teach us all, coming up later in the broadcast.
But first, on a more serious subject, to Florida and the search for 5-year-old Haley Cummings. In a moment, we're going to speak exclusively with the girlfriend of that little girl's father, the last person to see Haley before she disappeared, as well as her grandmother. But first, the latest details from NBC's Michelle Kaczynski. Michelle, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. I asked the sheriff, are there still no suspects, no persons of interest here? And he would say only that no one's been excluded. Now, inevitably, there's going to be some scrutiny on the last person known to have seen Haley, the father's girlfriend. Police said they've talked to her many times, but yesterday interviewed her again.
Ain't nobody okay.
The police and the public have many questions for 17-year-old Misty Crosland, and she is adamant.
I put her to bed, and about 8 o'clock, and I woke up, and she was gone. And the back door was wide open. And the last time I seen her was when I put her to bed.
Misty has been dating Haley's 25-year-old father for about 6 months. She says she loves his children like they're her own. She's been living with them, sleeping beside them, caring for them while Ronald Cummings works. He has stood by her.
I don't have any suspicions of anybody. Anybody could have done anything. I don't know what's what. Obviously, if I knew what was going on, I'd have my daughter.
Both have taken lie detector tests. Both say they passed. Still, police keep questioning them. Investigators say they got a tip that Misty was not at home when she said she was, and this week announced that Haley was not wearing the pink shirt that Misty described. Well, Misty says that's simply because this week, when police brought her back to the home, she was the one who found that same pink shirt, left in a pile of laundry, she says, by the back door. Misty insists that was what Haley wore to bed that night. So did someone who may have taken Haley leave that shirt behind? Police have also questioned Misty's cousin in Tennessee, who had visited just before Haley disappeared, the same state where one tipster said they spotted a little girl who looked like Haley. And here, police arrested a sexual predator living within a mile of Haley for violating his curfew, but say it's not connected to this case.
We've had over 1,300 tips to this point.
So many places to look, but no Haley.
It's not something that you just take and say it's mine or whatever. This is my daughter. This is blood, and I would like to have my daughter back, please. Please bring my daughter home.
It's been reported that there might have been some inconsistencies in what Misty Crosland said publicly about the night Haley disappeared, but it's really not clear that there were inconsistencies. Police won't address it. Misty insists she was home all night. Matt?
Michelle Kaczynski, thank you very much. Let's talk exclusively now with Misty Crosland. She's in Satsuma, Florida, along with Ronald Cummings' mother, Teresa Neves. Good morning to both of you, ladies.
Good morning.
Misty, let me start with you. I know you were brought in for questioning by the police yesterday. Can you give me some idea of the things they wanted to ask you?
They just wanted to go over some stuff with me. Pretty much the same thing that they have been going over with me.
They have received, from what we understand, over 1,300 tips since Haley disappeared, and one of those tips said this. It said that you were not, contrary to prior reports, that you were not home at the time that Haley disappeared. Could you respond to that for me, please, Misty?
I was home. I was home. I don't know where anybody come with. I wasn't home. I was home.
There are also some concerns, Misty, that perhaps some time passed between the time that you realized Haley was missing and the time that the police were called at 3 in the morning. Can you talk about that course of events for me?
I looked at the clock and I seen 3. I don't know. I didn't see the minutes. I just seen 3. After I looked around the house, called her name, I was on the phone with the cops.
So no long period of time passed between the time you realized that Haley was missing and when Ronald came home and you called police?
No, it was not a long period of time at all.
There's this other situation here that apparently when Haley was first reported missing, you said she was wearing a pink shirt, and you have now said that no, in fact, she was not wearing that pink shirt, and I believe that pink shirt was actually found at your home. Can you explain that discrepancy for me?
I was in the house with the detectives. They were showing me, they had me go back in the house to show them some stuff, and I was looking by the dirty clothes for the clothes that she was wearing earlier that day for school, and I found that shirt and I showed the detectives. If I was hiding something, why would I show the cops the shirt?
There's another tip that the police received that said that a girl looking like Haley was spotted in Tennessee, and we now know that you have a relative in Tennessee, and I believe the police have questioned that person. Do you have any reason to believe that that relative of yours has anything to do with the disappearance of Haley?
I really don't know. I don't know if he did or not.
Well, that's an interesting way to answer the question. I think a lot of people might say, no, I'm positive that person had nothing to do with Haley. You're not quite sure?
I'm not quite sure at all, no.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that person?
He's a criminal, pretty much. He's been in trouble his whole life. I don't trust him, no, I don't.
Have you spoken to him?
I don't trust him. I haven't spoken to him since he's left, no.
Teresa, let me bring you in here. You've described that Misty's relationship with Haley as loving. What was your reaction, first of all, when she was brought in for further questioning by the police?
I am completely comfortable with that. I want the detectives to find my granddaughter. I do not care who they question or how many times they question them. We are all available for questioning. All we want is for Haley to come home.
What do you think happened to Haley, Teresa?
I think somebody came in that house and took her. Who that was, I do not know. Why they took her, I don't know. But I do believe that somebody came in that house and took her.
Are you still hopeful that she'll be found alive?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All we have is hope and prayer.
Teresa Nevis and Misty Crosland, thank you both for joining us this morning. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's get a check of the weather. Al is also in Florida, spending the day in Miami. Al, good morning to you.
And good morning, Matt. Let's take a look, show you what's going on quickly as far as your weather is concerned. And you'll see a clipper bringing across some snow and rain to the Midwest later today. Windy conditions in the Northeast, showers in the Pacific Northwest. We're looking at sunshine in the Southeast, much cooler in Florida than usual. And we've got some freezing fog in the Pacific Northwest. Joining me now as part of the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Last night they had the big burger bash. David Walzug of SW Steakhouse at the Wynn in Las Vegas. David, good to see you.
Hi, Al. Nice to see you.
Now, you made a really interesting burger. Tell me about this one.
We had a great burger. Prime ground sirloin.
Okay. You want
black
to start
truffle mushroom duxelle. Sure, Al, let's do it.
There's special buns that you make there.
Here's the thing. A griddled muffin, right?
Ooh.
A burger on an English muffin. We did them on a griddle last night. So, and here's the thing. So, freshly griddled.
Right.
On goes the prime beef.
Yeah.
Black truffle mushroom duxelle.
Of course.
And then this is a really great cheese from Italy. It's a robiola cheese, so a spreadable
cheese.
Cow's milk cheese that's got some good pungency to it. And there it is.
There you go. And you have to wear the hat
right?
when you
and
try
that's
it, right?
great. This is the grilling cap. You look great.
That's fabulous. That's a good burger.
That's a good burger.
David
Thanks,
Walzig.
Al.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
All right. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
And again, Al, my neck of the woods is your neck of the woods this morning because welcome to Miami. I hope you're enjoying our wonderful city. We're going to have some great weather for the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. We're kicking it off right. We had a cold front come through, so we won't be having those 80-degree temperatures like we had yesterday. We got to the mid and upper 80s. The cold front is basically leaving behind some cooler, drier air, and so we're going to see a high of only 72 today, 50 tonight as you head to the beach.
It's a little chilly here in Miami, but I guess we'll have to live with it. But if you want your latest weather, go to the Weather Channel on cable or weather.com online. Matt, Brian?
Is that why they call it the Wine Festival as well?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's
exactly.
this about? What did we ever do to you? Bring me back one of those sliders, stick in your briefcase. I know it'll be good even after your trip to Los Angeles to see the Oscars.
Hey, that's right. And by the way, we also have a new theme here on the Today Show for you guys.
Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Put the hat back on. Panama Jack called. He needs it for an event this weekend.
Hey, you told me to take the hat off for President Obama. Now you tell me to put the hat on. Make up your mind, Williams.
Look, these are all separate conditions, and a veteran broadcaster can go with it. We're going to talk. We're very jealous of what you're going to do next because you're going to be out at the Academy Awards, which is our next segment here as the studio personnel who really have control of the tenor and tone of the broadcast continue here this morning. Who has the inside track as we all gather in front of television sets Sunday night? My partner Matt Lauer and I will get to that right after this.
I'm the one who was supposed to make everything.
My fibromyalgia muscle pain is real, but I'm not the type of person to just lie down and quit. Not with all these people counting on me. I walked right in and asked my doctor about Lyrica. Lyrica is the #1 prescribed treatment for fibromyalgia pain, and it's not an antidepressant. Studies show Lyrica provides significant muscle pain relief in as early as 1 week for some patients. And with less pain, I know today is going to be a better day. Lyrica is not for everyone. Tell your doctor about any serious allergic reaction that causes swelling or affects breathing or skin or changes in eyesight, including blurry vision or muscle pain with fever or tired feeling. Some of the most common side effects of Lyrica are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands and feet. Do not drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. You should not drive or operate machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Help for fibromyalgia pain can start here. Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
Slim Fast with HC4 controls hunger up to 4 hours, so you can kick some cravings and your first 10 pounds. Get started at slimfast.com.
When you have a cold, warmth can comfort you. New Tylenol warming liquids relieve your painful cold symptoms, so you feel warmer and you feel better all over.
Today, line up for the lineup.
She was an ugly baby.
You better back up out my face. Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail. Are you crazy? A little bit. Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere today.
I'm Lucy Romberg. I'm a free runner, a national champion gymnast, a martial artist, and a stunt woman. If you want to be incredible, eat incredible.
Eggs. Incredible energy for body and mind.
I had no idea.
No clue. I'd have missed it.
What we didn't know could have cost us.
Your life has a lot of tax deductions you might miss. That's why TurboTax has a deduction maximizer that easily identifies over 350 deductions.
It's like, look, there's another one. Get it.
Based on your unique situation, it shows you if you qualify and how much you'll save.
Cha-ching! It's like Christmas all over again.
We're gonna spend it on diapers.
TurboTax. Choose easy.
So, Little Bite, it's your first big day. Now, make sure she raises her hand and pays attention to what the teacher says. And if she needs help staying focused, give her a little nudge with your 8 layers. Other than that, you'll do fine. You are made of whole grain fiber, after all. Yes, Little Bite?
Just practicing.
Help keep your little one full and focused with new Frosted Mini Wheats Little Bite cereal. An excellent source of fiber packed in a smaller size.
Available in Honey Nut and chocolate.
Keeps them full, keeps them focused.
We are back now at 7:45. The 81st Annual Academy Awards are Sunday night. They'll probably stretch into Monday morning, and many of the nominees stop by today on their road to the Oscar ceremony. Our friend Meredith takes a look back and a look ahead.
Let the go!
We are almost the same age, meeting in the middle. It's wonderful.
When the president does it, that means it's not illegal.
I'm an old broken down piece of meat. And I'm alone.
I'd like to phone a friend.
Up first, a love story, a fairy tale.
Hello, Jamal.
I'm guessing that isn't your brother.
of children surviving the slums of Mumbai, India, to live out their destiny. Slumdog Millionaire has enchanted the world over. How is all of this settling in for you guys? Has it hit you?
It hasn't. It's a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest.
Yeah, it started in September and it still hasn't hit us, really.
And it had barely hit the cast and director Danny Boyle when we were with them as they were nominated for 10 Oscars.
It's unbelievable. I was supposed to say it's really hot in Mumbai, but it just got a lot hotter.
How old are you?
7, but I look a lot older.
From fairy tale to fable, a story of living life in reverse.
Did it teach you something about aging and thinking about dying?
That life is finite, and you better be living, living the life as you wish it to be. And man, not to waste time.
If he wins, his role as Benjamin Button will be the first Oscar for Brad Pitt.
We could have one of the boys dress up as a snowman, dance around.
Which boy? This would not be the first Oscar for Meryl Streep, but it is only the 4th time in Oscar history that one picture, in this case Doubt, has scored 4 nominations for its actors. Well, how did you feel when critics were saying you sort of stole the scene from Meryl Streep? What? Wait, what? What? No, no.
You hear them? This is where I belong.
And back on the big screen is clearly where the Academy thinks Mickey Rourke belongs, with his first Oscar nod. Playing a washed-up warrior trying to make a comeback, the role closely mirrors Rourke's own career.
Are you back?
I don't think I allow myself to go that far, really.
Other stars who could go all the way include Angelina Jolie.
If I believed I couldn't convey that, then I shouldn't be an actress at all.
Frank Langella.
I shall come you with everything I got.
How did it sound when you heard your name mentioned, nominated for an Academy Award?
I feel relieved and gratified and grateful.
And Kate Winslet.
How did you get this?
Borrowed it from someone at school.
Oh, you should be ashamed.
How bad do you want to win one?
I'm feeling the pressure here now.
I am joined now by two noted movie experts, Williams and Morales, and so let's go down the categories here. You've seen all the movies.
I have not seen all the movies.
All right, so no excuses.
Young children.
Best actor, who are we picking?
I'm going to go with Sean Penn because he occupied the role. He moved in and became someone else.
Mickey Rourke, though, people love a good comeback story, so he is the all-time comeback story here.
I'm going to go with Mickey Rourke. I think people are going to want to see the story of redemption. They may be a little nervous that if he goes off the wall again, he's got an Oscar in his hand when he does it.
People can't wait to hear the acceptance speech. I'll tell you that.
Exactly right. Best actress. This one seems to be a shoo-in. I don't know.
Time Magazine declared it yesterday in their cover that it was going to be Kate Winslet, and as they put it, here's why. And she's been nominated but did not win 5 times, I guess. There it is. Best actress, they plainly stated.
Yeah, but she also has Revolutionary Road out, too. So a year where she has 2 incredible movies.
That was an upbeat film.
The feel-good movie of 2008, wasn't it?
A delightful romp. I liked it better than Cats.
Right to read. Best director, I think, most people think Danny Boyle can already put this thing clear of space on the mantle.
Yeah. Definitely a lot.
And he, what is the big indicator is the Directors Guild Award for Best Director. Right. He won that. And that's part of the theory that Slumdog SquarePants is going all the way.
And Best Picture. Okay, you've seen them all, Mr. Williams. Natalie, which ones have you seen here? Curious Case,
I've seen Frost Nixon, Slumdog, and The Curious Case.
All right, and you seem to think it's going to be Slumdog.
I do. I think it's...
Is that what you want, or you think?
No, I think it's, except for one scene, I think it is an extraordinary movie. It's, look, not for young kids, but I thought it was something fresh and exciting.
It was very creatively done, so I'd go with that, too. And we love it here on Today. It's Meredith Vieira's favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I found the young girl unattractive, but other than that...
we call her unfortunate looking.
Yeah.
All right, a quick reminder, Meredith and Al heading to Hollywood right now. They'll have the Oscars covered from the red carpet to the after parties and everything in between. Then join us Monday morning when Brian Williams joins us again to talk about the fashions on the red carpet.
You are going to be here for that, you know.
We'll be right back after this.
Experience the sound of dazzling white teeth with Listerine Whitening Vibrant White Rinse. Who else could give you extra whitening power, kill bad breath germs, and even prevent stains? Listerine Whitening Vibrant White. Rinse your way to whiter teeth. Like most lightweight lotions, you don't get far before your dry skin comes back. Eucerin Smoothing Essentials. All the dry skin relief of Eucerin in a fast-absorbing, light-textured lotion. So great-feeling skin lasts beyond the bedroom. The wonderful sensation of smoothing essentials. Only from Eucerin.
When I was told I had diabetes, I felt amazingly boxed in.
Joe uses the Contour Meter from Bayer.
My meter absolutely adapts to me and my lifestyle. I'm Joe James. Being outside of the box is my simple win.
Available in 4 vibrant colors.
Over time, skin loses firmness. Wrinkles get deeper. And that's when skin needs its bounce back.
Garnier introduces Ultralift Pro with the natural beech tree extract Proxolin, a breakthrough using green science. Ultralift Pro works by plumping skin from within, restoring elasticity and bounce.
So wrinkles appear plumped up and out like this.
So effective, you'll see deep wrinkles actually reduced in just 2 weeks.
Because younger looking skin bounces right back.
New Ultralift Pro.
Garnier. Take care.
When I get a migraine, forget it. It's excruciating. I just want to take my head off. Every light and every sound makes the pain worse.
From the makers of Imitrex comes something even more effective. Trexamet. It's superior to Imitrex tablets at relieving migraine pain because it works 2 ways. It targets the nerves and blood vessels believed to trigger a migraine, and it relieves inflammation that causes migraine pain. Trexamet may raise the risk of fatal heart attack, stroke, stomach bleeding, or serious rash. Don't take it if you have heart, liver, or blood vessel disease, heart bypass surgery, uncontrolled blood pressure, or allergies to aspirin, NSAIDs, or Imitrex. A life-threatening problem may occur, especially if used with antidepressants. Tell your doctor if you have kidney disease, heart disease risks like smoking or high blood pressure, have had stomach ulcers or bleeding, are pregnant, nursing, or take medicines. Ask your doctor about Trexamet. It's superior to Imitrex at relieving migraine pain. Learn how to get your first prescription free at Trexamet.com.
Still to come, 10 things you can't afford to ignore when it comes to your car.
You're getting into this. I can't believe it. Plus the secrets to living longer.
Sure you don't want to stick around?
I've never seen you so
They
happy.
called me and I came.
First, your local news and weather.
With Capital One Card Lab's new triple rewards, me and the boys are having a tough time deciding which category to choose. Like triple rewards on restaurants and entertainment. Or home improvement. Maybe department stores.
You're definitely an autumn.
Or triple rewards on travel. Or gas and groceries.
Introducing triple rewards of your choice. Log on to Card Lab at CapitalOne.com to personalize your card.
What's in your wallet?
Available now on demand. Where paths cross.
Something wrong with your table?
You want to eat alone. A new journey begins.
To keep special things safe.
Who keeps you safe? From the best-selling author of The Notebook. You saved my father.
We saved each other.
Richard Gere, Diane Lane.
One weekend changed my life forever.
Order Nights in Rodanthe on demand. Available on digital cable, satellite, and game consoles.
Inside every jar of Jif, you can trust you're getting the highest quality peanut butter. Jif only uses the finest peanuts and adheres to the most stringent quality standards, ensuring that your peanut butter is as safe as it is delicious. Jif, the brand you can trust.
You can call me Nannerpuss. And guess what? I love pancakes.
Isn't it time for a serious breakfast? The Denny's Grand Slam.
Because little bodies need special care, pediatricians trust Children's Tylenol to help their fevers, aches, and pains feel better.
Color your world naturally. New Almay Pure Blends with over 95% natural ingredients. Skin nourishing foundation in 9 shades that cover flawlessly for 10 hours. So there's no compromise with new Almay Pure Blends.
Your life takes you down many different paths. Because you're more than one thing. So is Venza.
77 million children go online every day. 1 out of 7
will be solicited for sex.
Florida Attorney General Bill McCollum.
Our cybercrime unit is doing everything possible to catch these predators, but we need the help of parents and grandparents. Your help. My office is presenting a cyber safety program in our middle schools and high schools. Log on to safeflorida.net and learn how you can help protect Florida's children.
Sponsored by the Florida Department of Legal Affairs.
The Today Show is brought to you locally in part by Mount Sinai Medical Center.
From South Florida's news leader, this is Today in South Florida on NBC 6 HD.
It's 7:56. Good morning. I'm Pam Giganti, live in the NBC 6 newsroom. We are following developing news right now off the Florida Turnpike near 57th Avenue, where a police pursuit has just ended. Here's Roxanne Vargas with an update. Roxy.
And that is definitely affecting your commute this morning. From Chopper 6, we can count 9 police vehicles here. This police pursuit ending northbound on the Turnpike just after Red Road. We initially started hearing reports of this starting right around I-75, so quite some time here. The Turnpike was momentarily shut down. As you can see, one left lane squeezing by, heavy onlooker delays. So the Turnpike northbound, quite a mess this morning. Might want to go ahead and take 95 or the 826, depending on where you are traveling this morning. At this moment, one suspect is in custody, one person in custody. That person was driving a dark SUV. We'll continue to gather information on this and bring it to you. Meanwhile, your commute in Broward County moving pretty well. No major incidents to report. A live look at 595 and Pine Island Road. Normal eastbound volume there at 95 and the 441 on-ramps. That's the latest on your roads. Over to Trina and your weather.
Roxanne, thank you very much. And look at these blue skies we have. We had a cold front that is moving through the area. It is going to leave behind some cool, dry air. And yesterday we got into the mid-80s. Wow, it was very warm out there. That cold front is going to leave behind some cooler temperatures. And today we already started out in some vicinities in the upper 50s. Tonight, lower 50s for your overnight low. So check out the weekend. It's going to be a good one. Mild today, high of 72. Overnight low 50, 53 for the overnight low tomorrow, sunny and 75 for your high on Saturday. Maybe a quick shower on Sunday into Monday. Here's Pam.
Trina, thank you. A vandal attempting to leave his mark on a South Florida overpass pays a deadly price for it after he falls onto the expressway and loses his life. Officers say a graffiti artist was apparently tagging an overhead sign along the 826 near Bird Road early this morning in the southbound lanes. Investigators say the man somehow lost his balance, fell, and was killed by an oncoming white pickup truck. Officers say the driver of that truck did stop. We'll have another live update for you in 25 minutes. In the meantime, take us with you on the go, 87.7 FM. Make it a good day.
To Peter Glenn today for the huge winter clearance. Prices keep falling on the outdoor year-end clothing you want. This week, save up to 60% on snowboard jackets and pants from Burton, 686, and Special Blend. Peter Glenn Ski and Sports, your source for ski and snowboard.
Canyon, redefining luxury living in Boynton Beach. Ultra spacious new homes and the ultimate lifestyle from the mid-300s. Take advantage of new price reductions on inventory homes. Canyon by GL Homes, an unbeatable location close to shopping, top-rated schools, and more. Visit 8 new decorated models from the mid-300s on Lyons Road, south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. Call 888-858-0101 or go to glhomes.com.
Get into Peter Glenn today for the huge winter clearance. Prices keep falling on the outdoor year-end clothing you want. This week, take an additional 20% off already reduced kids' jackets, pants, fleece, and gloves. Peter Glenn Ski and Sports, your source for ski and snowboard.
Sell your car fast. Buy, research, sell. Carsoup.com.
We're back now, 8 o'clock on a Friday morning. It's the 20th day of February, 2009. It's kind of a chilly one here in Rockefeller Plaza, but take a look. We've got kind of a massive crowd gathered here. And they're all enjoying themselves. I think probably about 86% of these people are here because they got early word this morning that the one and only Brian Williams is joining us on this Friday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Williams.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, J. Edgar Hoover. I like the lip.
Thank you. You know, you lose a lot of your body heat through your head.
You know, we don't do nightly news in front of a live crowd. There's been a yearning for it, and it's something we're considering.
Are you really going to come out here on the plaza every night?
Not for a second.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Anyway,
no,
Brian's here because Meredith's on her way to Los Angeles. She'll be covering the Academy Awards along with Al. come Monday morning. Meanwhile, coming up in this half hour, you heard of blue zones?
I'm having one. It's cold out here this morning. Yeah.
Which zone is blue?
You know, we can talk about that later in the locker room.
Blue zones are places where people tend to live longer than the rest of us. So what are the secrets to longevity? We're going to be talking about that in just a couple of minutes. A lot has to do with lifestyle. Unfortunately, genetics does kick in at some point, so we'll go through it.
Then we're going to talk about the delicate balance between man and machine. These days, you want your car to last as long as possible, but who can afford the repairs they recommend on a timely basis? So we're calling it 10 things you can't ignore where your car is concerned.
All right, before we throw it into Natalie at the news desk, let us say farewell, bid adieu, as it were, to our good friend Brian Williams, who's going to head over to 30
Thanks,
Rock,
brother.
right
Thanks
across
for
the
having
street.
me. It was
It's
a lot of
great
fun.
to have you here. I think it's a little unnecessary to have the black SUV to take you across the street.
Yeah, I know. It's not green.
It's not. It's
Really.
not. Thanks, bud. It's good to have you here. Brian Williams, everybody.
Oh, come on.
Let's go inside. Natalie's got a check of the headlines while Ann continues on assignment. Natalie?
All right, it's good to have you here, Brian. And good morning, everyone. More economic uncertainty this morning on world stock markets. Stocks in Asia slid about 2% after the Dow sank Thursday to its lowest close in more than 6 years. The search is over this morning for Texas financier Robert Allen Stanford, suspected in a multi-billion-dollar fraud case. The FBI found him Thursday in Virginia. It's a case that has sent financial shockwaves as far away as the Caribbean. CNBC's Rebecca Jarvis is in Antigua. Rebecca, good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. And his whereabouts, as you mentioned, were unknown for days since the SEC raided his Houston headquarters. But at this point, Allen Stanford has been handed civil papers and turned over his passport.
Days after U.S. regulators filed civil fraud charges and froze assets at 3 Stanford companies, the man behind it all, Robert Allen Stanford, was formally served with SEC documents at a Virginia home just 50 miles from FBI headquarters. Far away in the Caribbean on the little island of Antigua, the heart of Stanford's banking operation, mixed emotions.
He builds nice buildings. He pays very well, but he's very demanding.
Until now, many considered Stanford a local hero. He's the island's largest employer, his name embellishing buildings throughout town, including the local cricket field. But opinions are quickly changing. While authorities have told locals to stay calm and that their money is safe, many are still flocking to Stanford-run banks, in some cases waiting hours to make withdrawals.
And we've made numerous attempts to reach out to Stanford. No word from his camp. However, Bank of Antigua, based here on this island, tells us it's business as usual and people should remain calm. Their money is safe. Natalie, back to you.
CNBC's Rebecca Jarvis in Antigua. Thank you. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is winding up her Asia trip today in Beijing. She arrived there this morning from Seoul after warning North Korea that it needs to stop threatening South Korea if it wants improved relations with the U.S. 2 people are in custody in connection with a rash of arson fires in a southeastern Pennsylvania town. The police say a 19-year-old man has confessed to setting at least 10 fires. He's being held on $9 million bail. They've also arrested a 20-year-old man. Almost 50 people were hurt today when on a plane in a Manila to Tokyo Northwest Airlines flight hit severe turbulence. At least 2 passengers were taken away on stretchers. A volcano in southern Chile is spewing ash high into the air again, forcing the evacuation of a nearby town for the 2nd time in a year. Chilean officials say they plan to relocate the entire town. It is 8:05 right now. Let's go back outside once again to Matt.
All right, Natalie, thank you very much. It is really cold out here. So how do we feel about the fact that Al Roker's down where it's like 75 degrees in Miami? No, Al. We're getting a lot of hissing and booing here.
And by the way, it's only 68 degrees.
Oh, sorry. Oh, well, then bundle up.
Yeah. I know. I'm freezing. Anyway, We are here at Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel, one of the sites for the fantastic 8th annual South Beach Wine and Food Festival. One of the few homegrown chefs. Joining us right now is, of course, the fabulous Michelle Bernstein. Everybody knows her as Michi. Good to see you.
Always good to
That's
see
right.
you.
You got a new restaurant, right?
I do.
What's it called?
Senora Martinez.
That's your married name.
That's
now.
my married
Very
name.
nice.
Yeah.
And one of the dishes here, what do you have?
It's just a little mini cheesy and corn empanada that we're actually doing today all day and tomorrow, and we'll be passing them around in the tents. And they're great because they're basically, well, for me, a one-biter. For more delicate people, a two-biter.
Well, you know, everybody says I'm full of cheese, and a lot of my lines are corny, so this is perfect for me. Michelle,
I agree
thank you so much. And I love your book, too. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Let's take a quick look, show you what's going on as far as your weather is concerned. Pick City today, Miami, NBC 6, sunny, 71. It's only going to be 71 degrees here. Oh, my gosh, we're freezing. Let's take a look at the rest of your country. We'll show you that basically we are expecting to see beautiful weather as we head on into today in the southeast, windy in the northeast, snow around the Great Lakes, some heavy lake effect snow, Syracuse into Oswego County. We're looking at showers in the Pacific Northwest, sunny skies through the plains, big area of high pressure covering much of the country today. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the empanada.
Thank you so much, Al. And you know what? We're at Pick City every day. Yes, we are, except hurricane season. That's the only exception. A little bit breezy out there. You can see the camera kind of shaking there. But it's going to be an okay weekend with plenty of sunshine and temperatures dropping off from yesterday where we saw mid-80s. Today we're going to see 70s and pretty tranquil conditions. Reason why? That's a cold front. It's coming on through and leaving behind cooler, dry air. You'll see some 50s tonight. Not too cold and a very nice sunny weekend.
And that's your latest weather. Matt?
All right, Al, thank you very much. Still to come, from back taxes to borrowing from your 401k, we've set aside an entire 30 minutes to answer your Money 911 questions. We'll do that. But up next, the secrets to living a long and healthy life, right after these messages.
Do you promise not to tell?